What is going on, everybody? So we're going to be doing some more LED lighting to the Land Cruiser today. We're going to be doing the turn signals, the front and the rear. So I'll split this video up into two different sections. So if you guys just focus on the front, you can focus on that part of the video. And if you guys want the rear, then you guys can switch and skip to that part of the video. So these are going to be the LASFIT LED turn signals. Now this is what the front one looks like. Now you can see there's only one in there because I did skip ahead a little bit and install one already because I just couldn't wait and I wanted to see what they look like. And let me tell you, they are super bright, almost too bright. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how to install them. It's really simple. We'll get them in there and I'll show you a side-by-side real quick and we'll show you how they look when they're complete. Full disclosure, guys, LASFIT LED did send these out to me so I can make this video for you guys. So if you guys wanna help support the channel, you can follow the link down below in the description, put in your vehicle's information and you can find the same LED lights for your vehicle. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. Oh, and if you're wondering what the old bulbs look like compared to the new one. All right, now due to this being a super tight space, I'm just gonna kind of show you guys how I did it on this side. It'll be the same, obviously, for that side. All you're gonna need is a Phillips head and a flathead screwdriver. So right here is your Phillips head location. That's the only screw that you're going to have. Now the tricky part is gonna be showing you guys this one part down below. Try to get some light down there. There's a little tab right there. Once you unscrew it, you can push this tab and kind of pull at the same time on the light itself, the housing itself, and that will be able to pop it out. Once you do that, I'll show you what you're gonna have to do next to kind of wiggle this out, because this tab right here gets a little tricky when you're trying to wiggle it out of this section, but it can be done. Just be careful with it. So yeah, let's go ahead and pop that side off and I'll show you that little section there so you kind of get an understanding of how that works. Don't lose that. So now you'll notice it's pretty loose here. So now all you have to do is get to that tab on this side. A little tricky on this side because that battery is in the way. Maybe I can come in from the bottom here. Oh yeah, there you go. So from this side, you can come in from the bottom, just like that. Now it's loose. There's nothing else holding it in place except for this section right here. So you'll notice that this right here, it's a little bit tricky to kind of work out, but just kind of play with it a little bit. Remove the bulb first. I'll give you a little more play room on the back side here. I think we need to like push it back and then, yeah, like that. And there you go. So super easy install. You're just gonna take this one out, plug that new one in. Just find which way you're gonna twist it. And that was counterclockwise as well, lefty loosey. Grab our fancy looking new LED bulb here. Got the LASFIT logo right there on the front. You don't see it with these because of the way the housing is. There's a piece of plastic there that kind of blocks this section here, but if you have an open one, you'll see that there, which I think is kind of cool. It's pretty aggressive looking, but super easy. Find those two sides there, line it up, put it in and just twist it, maybe have it backwards. If it doesn't fit that way, turn it. Yeah, there you go. So if it doesn't fit the way you put it in, just turn it around, try the opposite way, and there you go. And now you can take an opportunity to kind of clean all this stuff up. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean that up, clean this piece up a little bit before I install it. So do that real quick, just some soap and water, and then we'll put this back in. All right, now once that's all cleaned up, go ahead and take your piece. Just go ahead and put that in there. Lock it back in place, and that's it. Now you just put this back in. A little tricky going back in too, but not impossible. Come on. And there we go. All right. So I find it easier to go kind of from the back, so go as far back as you can with that tab, and then kind of wiggle it in there. Once you get it back in place, you should be able to feel that little snap back in, and then you just take your screw and screw it back in, and just like that, you're done. Look at how bright that turn signal is. Now the camera probably doesn't do it justice, but in person, if you actually look at this light bulb when it's signaling, it is ridiculous. It literally blinds you like looking at the sun, so you can't even look at it. So I don't know if that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing on the road. I mean, people will definitely know that you are signaling to turn and hopefully won't hit you, which is a good thing. But yeah, we're gonna rock them for a little while, see how they go. Now I'll also show you how they run just as daytime running lights. When you have your standard just lights on, they actually illuminate, and these LEDs will also hold a low hue, so they won't be as bright as they are when you're actually signaling them. They will be a nice lower tone that's not going to be annoying, and they actually look really, really good. All right, and that is the front turn signal install. Super easy to do. Most cars, it should be very, very simple to get to, unless you have a very tight spaced vehicle where it's really hard to get to your headlights. Then you might have to do a little bit more work. But as far as the Land Cruiser goes, super simple. Now let's jump to the back of the vehicle and get those done. So I'm actually gonna turn my car around, but before we do that, I wanted to show you what the stock bulbs look like. right, so here we are at the back. Now you'll notice there is 2 screws here, Phillips head, and then there's one down here as well. You're gonna remove those 2. On the inside here, there's these 2 tabs that you cannot see here, obviously, but you don't wanna break those tabs. So once you unscrew it and you pop it kind of loose a little bit, be careful. Don't rush it because you don't wanna break those 2 tabs. If you break those 2 things, hopefully JB Weld works, but if not, you're gonna have to get a whole new taillight, and that's not gonna be fun. So we're gonna be really careful with that. It's the same thing for the other side. So let's get it done. And forgive me, these are not Phillips head. These are actually either going to be flathead, you could use a flathead, or a star key. Or a Torx, I should say. I call it star. There we go. Now we should be able to replace that. Now you want to be careful, you want to kind of pull this out towards this way. You can see one came out there. Now we just got to get that bottom one out. Yep, just a little bit of wiggling, pulling, and there we go. Sounds scary, but it's all good. Everything's good. Look how clean it is in there. The bulb we want to be changing is this middle one here. Turn that counterclockwise, lefty-loosey, and there's our bulb there. I'm actually probably going to just go ahead and take all these out just so we can remove this and not leave it hanging. Now it would be nice if you want to update everything to go ahead and buy all the bulbs here and just do this all at once, but it's not that big of a task, so not a big deal. And here they are. I will obviously mark down below in the description the exact bulbs you need for the Land Cruiser if you're looking just for those bulbs exactly, but if you just go put in your vehicle description, you should have no issue finding these bulbs. Try your best not to touch the LEDs themselves because you don't want to really damage those. And this one's easy because you just pull it out, get rid of that old stinky bulb. Put them like that, and you always want to make sure that they work before you put this all back together because that would just be annoying. So let's go make sure that this works. And see, it's a good thing we did not put those all the way in because they're not working. So let's go ahead and take this out, flip it, and blind yourself really bad. But yeah, okay, now it's working. And so that's exactly why you want to test it before you fully install it back in the truck. Again, you can choose to clean this off if you'd like. I'd really like to do the brake lights and the reverse lights, but we'll do those another time. Maybe I'll get those at the same time so we don't have to do this anymore. And then to install it back in, you're just gonna pop those tabs back in first. Boom, just like that. Put your screws back in. And just like that, you're done. So super simple, and man, those are so much brighter. Check it out. LASFIT LED blinding me, and look at that sad little dull light there. Yeah, those are great. I mean, super bright. They're literally blinding. So now all you need to do is go ahead and do the exact same thing to this side, and now both of your rear turn signals are nice and bright LED lights. You can get all those lights down below at the description that I spoke of before at LASFIT LED lighting. So thank you again, LASFIT. I really appreciate you sending these lights out to me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that like button for me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
I just bought a new whip, spent a couple thousand just to cruise it. Shawty said she love me, but I swear she'll never prove it. I never tell her, but I put it in the music. Well, that's okay. All I wanna do is make the best of my whole day. Thank the Lord up above, get the cream on the side, make you laugh to know it. That's the stuff that I love.